Welcome to this segment of Soul, Silence, and Sound. This is brought to you by BeSimply.
Stars, trees, clouds, and the moon. They all have a meaning and they look just like you.
Welcome to the segment of Soul, Silence, and Sound. And today we're diving into your sacred path. So I thought this might be a good moment to share, as I always encourage everyone to follow the path that they have been led to, that they've been born into when it comes to your spiritual practice. And sometimes a spiritual practice is coupled with a theological meaning a formal place that you go in community, sangha, temple, ashram, synagogue. It might be a formal place that you go, church. And so the reason that I find this might be super helpful right now is because out in the world, if you spend a lot of time in media, meaning news, media online, social media, this can be very confusing because it's like, oh, what do I do? And understand that any media is kind of propaganda and or marketing. And then I would say a third part is educational, fourth, entertainment. So we have propaganda, entertainment, education, and manipulation. And all of them probably fall under that manipulation. Even if you're educating or entertaining, there's a level of manipulation that happens based on what you're attempting to teach or entertain someone, to bring them into your story or the concept, whatever it might be. So right now, these talks are meant to help you dive into your spiritual aspect of self, your inner landscape, and connect deeper with your soul. And this can be done in many ways. And today a few days ago, commented, I try not to do this too much, but commented on a post, and it had to do with someone getting baptized under the Christian faith. And there was someone that really put this beautiful quote by Krishnamurti, and I don't have it here, so otherwise I would read it. But basically kind of stating that religions tend to create division and arguments, and if we go deeper, we'll see something beyond. However, I will say that if people have a faith that they were born into, or a natural faith, or even agnostic or atheist, those pathways will lead them, each of you, somewhere. Because if you really test that which you are following or subscribing to in this given moment, you will be challenged, you will be tested. And so what I find very curious in this moment is there's this resurgence of, especially here in North American continent, of Christianity in almost a revival style. And I was, just to preface this, I was born and raised in a near Catholic faith, very active in our church, had a very positive experience. And I feel like I have a very interesting relationship with that guy, JC. And it's really personal. And that's the other part of this moment, is that these are sacred relationships. And I will say, to lead into this talk, is that my pathway was to, one, help people of all faiths, and two, to be led to different places in the world and learn from indigenous leaders, traditional leaders, to study Eastern text and practice Eastern text and science and all of these pathways, and to even learn from my clients that are practicing faiths that maybe I haven't had the chance yet to study. And so I've always been an inquisitive individual. I've always questioned my world around me. And I did even as a child and a teen, I would question the priests. I had questions, and that's good. Whatever your pathway is, I encourage you to question. And the interesting part, if we go back to propaganda and manipulation, is that especially in a theological or spiritual practice, there can be a sense of righteousness and manipulation. And as we are starting to go or have been under this revival, people that maybe are just coming to faith are really preachy, really, really preachy. And it's fascinating for me to watch just because of my history throughout my whole lifetime and confronting some of these extremisms, even within the Christian faith when I was young, going to church and serving the church every weekend. I found it oppressive. So the reason I share that right now is that I do embrace everyone's pathways as to how they want to get to know that unexplainable word. And if I erase all scriptures, there's something innate and divine about each and every one of you listening. And it's humanity, your humanity, that makes you so special. And it's a moment that, for me in this lifetime, when I awakened to that specialness to all humanity, I fell in love with each and every one of you in a way that I can't put into words other than saying those words. In addition, I can't give it up to any of those scriptures. I do have my own practices because they help keep me in a clean, pure way of being throughout each day, which I feel is very helpful to have the least resistance in our day-to-day existence, especially right now. And so the sacred path that each one of you are on is very special and unique to your eternal journey. And I think and feel right now, the reason people are grasping for this external energy field is because they are maybe not feeling so confident in the physical perceptual world as we know it. And so when someone is vulnerable, each and every one of you, if you're vulnerable right now in your life, in your world condition, in all that's unfolding around you, this makes you susceptible to manipulation and mind control, even within faith. And so I encourage you at any point in time, if you find yourself in a vulnerable position, that is a time that you need to be the most aware. Consider it like you're out in the middle of nowhere. There are no resources for you other than your own faculties, and you need to navigate the situation and potentially the unknown coming up upon you. And so for many, they might find that their faith helps them in that moment. Others might find their survival skills help them in that moment. Others might find a song might help them in that moment, meaning keeping them present and aware. So what I'd like to encourage you all, no matter where you are in the spectrum of understanding your soul and your practices, whatever they might be, is that if you just erase all the scriptures, all the things that were written, all the history that's been manipulated, if you erase that and really honor that you are on a sacred path, that your soul is divine, and it's also in a process of evolution and learning and experiencing. And through that process, it's like learning not to touch a hot stove. Sometimes the consequences are greater than others. And when you treat your eternal being with a sacredness, meaning that the sacredness, like similar of a child, that you want to protect it and keep that purity there, it's a different pathway. Yet that's so personal, right? That's so personal. And it's nice. Yeah, it's great if people want to share what they've realized. But more than not, there's a big but there that it'll change. you evolve, you will have a new lens, you'll cross another situation, and you'll have your own realization. So if we get honest with ourselves about your sovereignty as a unique, vibrating, oscillating force within the universe, that is very sacred, and how you choose to honor it and hold yourself accountable to your actions, cause and effect, that's very personal. And based on where you've come from, where you've been, and where you're going, you might have some topsy-turvy moments. And it's that understanding of your divinity that can help you through those moments. It's an understanding that you are fallible even as an eternal soul. And you're definitely fallible as a two-legged here in this three-dimensional field of energy. And so rather than, I would like to encourage people, if you're having your own revelations right now, rather than feeling that you need to force anything upon anyone, is I would encourage you to engage in dialogue and ask each other questions. And if you're so righteous in this moment that it's your way or the highway, that is a path that is unique to you, and you will realize a lot of things on that path. And it takes courage to go on a path where you feel so certain that you know all and that your destination is exactly what you feel it was promised you from these scriptures. So that is profound, and I encourage anyone that's in that pathway to really lean into that and ask a lot of questions. And then the second caveat to that, again, no matter what your scriptures say, if you erase them and we go back to the humanity part of yourself, there's a kindness, there's an altruism. It's really your oscillating force is meant to serve the dimensional field that you have awareness in. And sometimes some people have skills that they have awareness in other dimensional fields, and they're destined to serve there too. Those are skills that are earned, and those are skills that are not very easy to navigate. So it's best to learn to navigate right here in this 3D dimensional field before you run ahead into other dimensional fields. And what I mean by that is, if you can move through this physical realm with really having the ability to observe what is unfolding and navigate the emotions and the triggers and the healing and the transformation in such a way that it becomes more and more fluid and is not susceptible to the manipulation, the propaganda, and the mind control that's constantly unfolding in and around us. Furthermore, if you're able to then look at education and entertainment, someone would call that entrainment, which it is. But if you look at education, if you're willing to do it from a moving variable, an ever-changing variable versus a fixed variable. Because when we have a fixed point, this creates a lot of short-sightedness. And especially right now, because there's so many things that have created a lens for all of us that keeps us from being in our highest expression, not just spiritually, but mentally, physically, emotionally, and within interdependence in our relationship to all that is and is not. So where I'd like to bring this full circle is that if you can take some space for yourself to put down the books and really sit with yourself and just silence. We are in a phonetic point where we keep getting fed things to do to distract us from our own innate silence. You can just erase it all. Sit and be. And then welcome yourself just to be in your own silence. And for some of you, that is going to be scary as you know what. However, I promise you it'll get easier and easier. In addition, if it brings up emotions and uncomfortableness, and it's more than you can manage, please reach out to me because I'm encouraging you to do this right now. And if I cannot help you, I'll direct you to someone that can. But I really encourage you to turn in towards yourself versus out. And this is where I do feel it's important to have caution with anything that you follow with blind faith. Anything that you do not take the time to back check, examine, just even contemplate. Just contemplate certain words on a page and what they're asking you to do or believe in. That's so important. And this is why I encourage people, go run with what you were led or born into or found in this moment. But show up with reverence and a sacredness and holding that close to your heart. You know, when I teach people to meditate or take them on retreat or vision quest, silent retreat, I encourage, you know, those individuals, those participants, and even my students and clients, these things that you open up and learn about yourself aren't necessarily meant to be shared from a pulpit. They're really, really meant for your own revelations. They are meant for your ahas. And as soon as you try to share them with others in a grandstand way or a way to convince people to get on your path, they will lose value. And more than likely, you've misunderstood that revelation for yourself. And so if you can take a pause and really keep those understandings or ahas to yourself, write them down, contemplate them, and know that it could take several lifetimes for you to understand the true nature of what you're realizing from within. And then you can go out in the world and that aha you have, you can embody it. And simply across the board, all of you that have a kind, altruistic heart and are ability to have the ability to extend compassion and empathy, you have divinity to share. And it's more through your actions, your embodiment, what you do day to day and how you deliver it than anything that's spoken. And the beautiful thing from a meditation practice is when you go into that void, if you are destined to be there, it's where all things are and nothing is. It's a familiar location, and there are no words, there are no images. It's the abyss. And you'll only know that you're there until you come out. And this meditation practice is something so profound to couple with your studies, your path. And I hope that each and every one of you are inspired to challenge the path that you're on, are inspired to learn more, inspired to examine it from all sides, and take space to recognize the divinity that is in and around all of us. And maybe shine a bright light there versus preaching. Let your footprint be a reflection of your understanding of your holiness. With that being said, I'd like to bring you up to an upright seated position. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Another one, inhale. And exhale. Then gently from there, just follow your natural breathing pattern, breathing in and out. And gently from there, I welcome you to gently lean back and recline or move fully into Shavasana, a prone position on your back with your palms facing upward as we transition into receiving sound. As you settle in, just take a nice gentle breath into the heart and out. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more inhale. And exhale. And then continue to follow your natural breathing pattern.
Doji ongi 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 ongi
Taking a soft, gentle breath in and out of your heart center. Gently breathing in and out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Another one, inhale. And exhale. And then gently from there, if you're ready, rise up to a seated position. Just taking some gentle breaths in. And I just want to encourage each and every one of you as you just digest everything you experienced on this journey, and even digest your sacred place with yourself, with your soul, and your path. I encourage you to take some time and space is the more important, to really question and examine what's in front of you. This is that era as we go across this bridge together that it's time for all of us to ask questions and not to be afraid to ask questions and to examine what is and to be courageous enough once you ask those questions to allow your relationship with all that is and all that is unexplainable to shift, to evolve, transform. And that sacredness will deepen. And your understanding of how to navigate the unseen to the seen will become more proficient and discerning and full of more wonderment and understanding that we really know nothing. So with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here in this moment. I want to thank Random Rab, Kadri Scott, Dante Marino for your contributions. Please support the arts. That's the era we're going into. And keep practicing your practices. That is the era also we're going in. They work hand in hand. And there's no running ahead. I promise you, you'll be put back into kindergarten if needed. So, until next time, we're going to sign out with a little Kadri Scott, Fields of Flowers. This is Suzanne signing out with a full heart, a soft gaze, a gentle smile, a deep bow, and a namaste. Be simply.
Holds me
me feel